In Newcastle County, Delaware, we have a set of rules called the Landlord Tenant Code. This code acts like a guidebook for both renters or tenants and landlords. It helps everyone understand their rights and responsibilities, ensuring fairness and clarity in renting situations. Whether you're renting an apartment, a house, or any other property, knowing this code is essential. It covers crucial aspects like signing a lease, paying rent, handling repairs, and navigating the eviction process. This code exists to promote respectful and transparent landlord-tenant relationships, creating a more stable and fair housing environment for everyone involved. This code is especially important because it provides a legal framework for addressing common issues that arise in rental agreements. Before the existence of such codes, landlords often held a disproportionate amount of power, leaving tenants vulnerable to unfair treatment. The Landlord-Tenant Code levels the playing field by clearly outlining the obligations and rights of both parties. This clarity helps prevent misunderstandings and disputes, fostering a more balanced and equitable rental market in Newcastle County. By understanding these rules, both landlords and tenants can avoid potential conflicts and ensure a smoother rental experience. For landlords, it means understanding their legal obligations and avoiding practices that could lead to legal repercussions. For tenants, it means knowing their rights and how to exercise them effectively, ensuring they are treated fairly and their housing needs are met within the bounds of the law. Ultimately, the Newcastle County Landlord-Tenant Code serves as a valuable resource for promoting fair housing practices, protecting the rights of both landlords and tenants, and contributing to a more stable and equitable rental market within the county. When you sign a lease agreement in Newcastle County, it's a legally binding contract. This agreement outlines your rights as a tenant. Your landlord must provide a copy of the signed lease within a reasonable time frame. It's crucial to read it carefully, as it details important information such as the amount of rent, the duration of the lease, and the responsibilities of both parties. Your landlord cannot increase the rent or change the lease terms during the lease period unless it is explicitly stated in the agreement. One of your primary rights as a tenant is the peaceful enjoyment of your home. This means you have the right to live in the rental unit without undue interference from the landlord or other tenants. The landlord cannot enter your unit without proper notice except in emergencies, and is obligated to provide a safe and habitable living environment. This includes ensuring functioning plumbing, heating, and electrical systems, as well as taking prompt action to address any pest infestations or necessary repairs that affect the habitability of the unit. As a tenant, you are required to pay rent on time and in the manner specified in the lease agreement. Your landlord cannot demand payment in cash or any other form not agreed upon in the lease. If you face financial hardship, it's crucial to communicate with your landlord and explore potential solutions. Open communication can often help prevent misunderstandings and lead to mutually agreeable arrangements. Remember, your rights as a tenant are protected under the Newcastle County Landlord-Tenant Code. If you believe your landlord has violated any of your rights, it's important to seek legal counsel. Familiarizing yourself with the specific provisions of the code can empower you to assert your rights effectively and ensure a fair and just rental experience. Landlords in Newcastle County have specific responsibilities to their tenants, particularly concerning the property's condition. Maintaining a safe and habitable rental unit is not just good practice, but a legal requirement. This includes ensuring that the property meets basic structural standards, has functioning plumbing and electrical systems, and is free from health and safety hazards. Regular inspections and prompt attention to repairs are essential to fulfilling these obligations. Before a tenant moves in, landlords should ensure the property is clean and sanitary. This includes addressing any existing damage, ensuring appliances are in working order, and providing a safe and clean living environment. This initial preparation is crucial for establishing a positive landlord-tenant relationship from the outset. Throughout the tenancy, landlords must provide tenants with a reasonable notice period before entering the property for non-emergency reasons. This respect for the tenant's privacy and right to quiet enjoyment of their home is paramount. Maintaining open communication with tenants regarding repairs, property updates, or any other issues that may arise is crucial for a harmonious landlord-tenant relationship. Landlords must also adhere to specific procedures outlined in the Landlord-Tenant Code when it comes to security deposits. These deposits cannot be used to cover standard wear and tear and must be returned to the tenant within a specified time frame after the lease ends, minus any deductions for damages beyond normal use. Adhering to these regulations ensures fairness and transparency in handling tenant funds. By diligently fulfilling these responsibilities, landlords contribute to a positive and mutually respectful landlord-tenant relationship, fostering a sense of trust and stability for both parties. Eviction is a serious legal process that should only be pursued as a last resort. In Newcastle County, landlords must follow specific procedures outlined in the Landlord-Tenant Code to legally remove a tenant from a property. Attempting to evict a tenant without proper cause or without following the proper legal procedures is illegal and can have serious consequences for landlords. One of the most common grounds for eviction is non-payment of rent. However, even in such cases, landlords must provide tenants with a written notice, typically a pay rent or quit notice, giving the tenant a specific time frame to either pay the overdue rent or vacate the premises. Only after this period has lapsed and the tenant has failed to comply can the landlord initiate legal eviction proceedings through the court system. It's important to note that tenants have legal protections during the eviction process. They have the right to receive proper notice, to be heard in court, and to present a defense against the eviction. For instance, if a tenant can prove they withheld rent due to the landlord's failure to address essential repairs that impacted the habitability of the unit, the court may rule in the tenant's favor. It's crucial for both landlords and tenants to understand that self-help evictions are strictly prohibited. This means landlords cannot resort to tactics like changing locks, shutting off utilities, or forcibly removing a tenant's belongings to force them out of the property. Such actions are illegal and can result in severe legal penalties. By adhering to the legal eviction procedures outlined in the Landlord-Tenant Code, landlords can ensure they are acting within the bounds of the law, while tenants can protect themselves from wrongful evictions and assert their rights throughout the process.